Hey, what is up guys, Zocker1923 here, and today's video is going to be a new deck profile video about the UlforceVeedramon deck. So let's get started, but before we start, subscribe to the channel if you're not already, give a like on the video if you like it, and please share this video with your friends who love this amazing game. So let's start with this amazing blue deck. I'm in love with the artworks and with the gameplay of this deck. And let's start from the Digi-Eggs. So I'm running 5 Digimon, and I decided to run 2 of the jamming one and 3 of the other one. I guess that you can also swap ratios and probably play 3 of these and 2 of these. It depends on your gameplay and how the main deck is built, of course. So the jamming one, it is pretty interesting, and we have a lot of different jamming monsters in the deck as well. So for the rookies, we got 4 copies of the rare BT6 Veedramon, and this card is super strong. This is one of the best, if not the best, rookie in the game at the moment, because this rookie has jamming. So nothing to say, this card is super strong for that reason. Then for the other Veedramons, I'm running 4 copies also of the BT2 Veedramon. This card is pretty good. Once per turn, when this Digimon becomes unsuspending during your main phase, trigger draw 1 card. Once again, to draw 1 card, it is super useful, of course. This is an inherited effect. Then for the other rookies, which are not Veedramons, I'm running 4 copies of Gabumon, the draw 1 rare Gabumon. This is pretty cool. On play effect, draw 1. Once again, drawing, it is an important thing in every and each card game. And then last but not least, for rookies, I'm running 2 copies of Gamamon, the gain 1 memory Gamamon on deletion. It is something more. It is pretty useful to gain memories as well. I would consider to run something like Elecmon or some other play cost 2 rookies, for the reason that sometimes paying 3 is a little bit more, and you prefer to pay 2 if you can, but the effects, of course, are worse. Then for level 4s, 4 copies of the starter deck Grizzlemon. This is the only blocker available at the moment. There is also a rookie blocker, I considered also that, but this performs pretty good and is one of the best level 4s still at the moment. We don't have so many blockers in the game now. Then I'm running 2 copies of X-Veedramon for the other champions. This card is pretty cool and underrated. I saw a lot of Ulforce builds not running this, but I guess that this is a cool card. Then 2 copies of Veedramon Zero. This is the promo card from the box. This is pretty cool. I wasn't considering playing this, but then I read this better, and actually it is pretty cool. And then last but not least, 2 copies of Frigimon. You could play also the other Veedramon that gains jamming with the tamers, but the difference is that this card already has jamming in every single situation. So I'm testing this. It is true that this is not, of course, a Veedramon card, so it doesn't interact with your arena with the tamer, but it is cool, and that's Digivolution cost 2, and that's pretty fine for that reason. Then let me know in the comments down below what do you think, guys, about my choices. Then for the ultimates, we got 4 copies, kinda like mandatory, of Aero Veedramon. This card is one of the best cards in the deck. When Digivolving, if you have a blue tamer in play, unsuspend 1 of your Digimon, which is pretty nice. And then you could play Monzimon, but I decided to play Bastimon because of the higher attack. You can play Monzimon, as I just said. It is a good choice as well. And then the other level 5s I'm playing are the Zudomon. As you understood, I like to draw cards, and coming from Yu-Gi-Oh! And drawing cards, it is super important. It can unbrick your hands. Even if you start with this and you have a bricky end, you just play it. It is a play cost 7, yes, but drawing through cards, it is pretty amazing once again. So I guess that this is a strong card, and you could play also 1 if you want, but I'm good with 2 for now. Then for the boss monsters, finally we got 4 copies of the UlforceVeedramon. This card is amazing, I love it. It reminds me of the Yu-Gi-Oh! Stratos. I don't know if you are familiar with that. In the artwork, this card is amazing. Your turn, when 1 of your blue tamers becomes suspended, you can unsuspend this Digimon, and when this Digimon becomes unsuspending, you gain 1 memory. So you can swing a lot of times with this card, which is pretty amazing. And then last but not least, 1 Omnimon. This is cool because sometimes you want to have more DPs, since this is one mega which has only 11k, which is not too much actually, but with Omnimon and its amazing effect you can even go higher with the 15k DP, which is pretty cool. This card, I guess, is still super strong. Choose one your opponent Digimon delete or your opponent's Digimon that share a name with it when digivolving, and when attacking you can unsuspend this Digimon by returning one of these Digimon's level 6 Digivolution cards to your hand. This card is super strong once again and can be played in this deck. It is not so budget, I know, but you can play it if you have it. Then for the Tamers, I'm running 3 copies of the V Tamer Tai Kamiya. This card is strong and some people are running 4 of this, but it is still requires to have Veedramons. So I guess it is better to play 3 copies of this and then 4 copies of Rena. That's my choice. Some other people are, once again, inverting the ratios, playing 4 V-Tamers and 3 Renas, but I guess that Rena, it is a little bit more fluent with the deck, since this card, it is able to basically reveal 3 cards from the top of your deck and then add 1 card that has V in its name, which is pretty cool. And both of these Tamers are really easy to be suspended for your UlforceVeedramon combo. And then for the options, I'm running 2 copies of the Citus Breath. I'm considering playing 3 of these. Some people are cutting this, but it is good to have a removal. Otherwise, you don't have easy removals. And of course, also the security effect, it is even better if you are able to activate this, if you are lucky enough. It is a play cost 7, yes, it is not the best removal, especially consider the other removals. For example, the starter deck red and the starter deck yellow, it's even better, I guess. The yellow sometimes is even better than this one. The red, the Gaia Force, is a play cost 8 but destroys the monster. The problem with this one is that you're not gonna destroy the monster, but just bouncing back to the hand, and sometimes they will bring it back in the following turn. But it is still one of the best removals that we have for blue. And then last but not least, I guess that you cannot play without this Hammer Spark. This card is so free, play cost 0, gain 1 memory, and moreover the security effect can just stop the battle phase of the opponent, because if they are at 1 or 0 memory, they will go negative, and this card is super strong for that reason. I love it. So that's it for today, guys. Let me know in the comments down below what do you think about this UlforceVeedramon deck. I really love this deck, how the deck works and how you can swing for a lot of attacks. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already, give a like on the video if you like it, and consider sharing this video with your friends who play Digimon and love this amazing game. And see you in the next one.